This is Bye Bye Money, and today is January 25th, and welcome to my live trading journal with live commentary, scalping the ES using only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. If you don't know what the two-legged pullback is, it is a simple price action setup that looks like this. We call this the first pullback, the first entry, the second pullback, and we like to enter into the second entry right here. So basically the market tries to make two pushes up, push up here, first entry, and another push up here. We like to enter in the reversal after the second leg up. This is why it's called a two-legged pullback. You can also go long here by going, we call this an A, B, C pattern, and we like to enter the second entry right here. And we like to find the setup in key areas such as support resistance levels, channels, trend lines, moving averages. For instance, if I grab this two-legged pullback and I drag it over to my chart here, and we can see that we have a two-legged pullback right here. And we see that it happens near the top of this trading range. So this is a nice key area. And with this two-legged pullback, we are able to scalp a point, or depending on how you manage a trade, you can even do a full entire swing here. And so this two-legged pullback happens all the time in the charts. It's because it's part of our trader's DNA. And as Al Brooks likes to put it, the reason why it's such a high probable trade is because when the market sees a second entry of something, they are way more confident the second time. So the first entry, the traders and institutions want to see the reaction. And so when it happens a second time, a second entry, they are way more confident, especially near key areas. This is the same psychology that also makes double tops and double bottoms work out as well. And so we like to find a setup in key areas, and we like to scalp this setup, try to make $500 a day, but by no means do we have to make $500 that we can make more, we can make less. The main goal here is actually to take the best setups possible, whatever the market gives us. So if you'd like to know more details about this setup, where to take them, things like that, how to count legs and identify second entries and even traps, then please check out the description below, and I'll put playlists there of teaching more details about this setup. Also, if you look at the chart, there's a bunch of numbers and boxes. These numbers and boxes automatically counts legs, identifies two-legged pullbacks, and also identifies traps. It also has features like giving a tick count here, also tells you that where the location of the entry should be, and also gives you alerts when two-legged pullbacks are approaching or even traps. So when you look at this chart, all the dark red numbers or the dark green numbers are second entries, and so you see all these dark red numbers on the top of this trading range. These are second entries near the top, and you can see that all of these second entries near the top are able to make a point until you get here once it breaks out, and then you have a trap waiting on the other side, which is a good place to look for a trap instead at breakout areas. And so yeah, we can see that all these red numbers and all these green numbers were good for a point as well at the bottom of this trading range. If you'd like to know more about this indicator, then go ahead and check out www.twoleggedpullback.com, or you can see on the bottom left of your screen the address. If you find this content helpful or useful or been following this channel for a while now, please like and subscribe. That helps us out a lot and gives us even more motivation to provide free content for you guys to learn how to scalp and trade two-legged pullback. We do want to produce more content for you guys, more tutorials on certain things. I want to definitely create new tutorials for you guys in terms of how to trade trading ranges, because those typically kill most traders. The trading range is probably the most difficult thing to trade, and if you're able to spot them and before they happen, then you will just have such an advantage over most traders. And so that'll put you in that top 90% percentile if you could learn how to identify and also learn how to trade trading ranges. And so, I want to put out content like that for you guys. But again, it helps us a lot if you like and subscribe, and gives us more motivation to do so. So for this video, we like to uh, show you guys how to scalp the two-legged pullback with live charts. These aren't replays or anything like that. These are straight up live charts, and these are happening all in real time. And yeah, if they're replays, then I would make a lot more money than $500 a day. But I truly do not know what the market's going to do. And so, but I can, with the two-legged pullback and reading price action, I can, with probabilities, figure out what the market might do. And I want to, stack the probabilities on my side as much as possible with every trade. Check out the rest of the video to see the live scalping. And today I decided to do a raw session of the last 30 to 40 minutes of the trading day, just to give you some more thoughts of what I'm thinking along the entire day, because I believe that sometimes it's more helpful to know the trades I don't enter in than the trades I do enter in. And so hopefully the raw session is helpful for you guys. And yeah, as always, happy trading and God bless. All right, finally got some time to look at some charts here. Currently in this trading range, and we've been in a trading range for a good solid 2 hours straight, just straight choppiness. And we currently we have a trading range here with this blue box, just using this pivot low and this pivot high, and we try to break down from it, but then the support of the bottom of this pivot, last trading day's close, failed breakdown, just also failed breakdown from this channel. We'll update this now. Causing a strong bounce. And now most likely will come to test the top of this trading range. So what are we looking for? If possible, if we can't break above the midway of this, then we could actually reverse back down. But these strong bull bars make me think we're going to come to the test the top of here, in my opinion. But we do have a B, C, A, failed breakdown, failed second entry short setup possibility that we might want to look for, or that will also actually be a second entry long as well combined. So failed second entry short and second entry long could possibly happen here. But if we want to go long, this is the setup we have to find for. A lot more price action needs to happen before we can see this setup here, our two-legged pullback. We can possibly see a two-legged pullback short, A, B, C, and then going short. But I don't know, I probably wouldn't be interested unless this second leg goes like way up here, something like that. Maybe midway point, like this, midway point of this trading range. Why are midway points so effective? Well, if you think about it, institutions and people with big capital, what they would do is they would actually, someone went long here, right? You got enough traders here who went long to create price action in this area. There are people long who went long here. How do I know this? Well, because there's price action here. For every short, for every long, there must be traders. And so there are people here who are long. And the reason why halfway points are so good is because typically those who went long here would scale in again somewhere down here, right near the bottom of the trading range, right? Trading range here. Then they'll go long once they see a good candle bar. And guess where the break even is? The break even will be at the midway point. So that's why 50% works. 50% works because traders now are trying to get out, break even. Let's see here. So you have people who are long here, and they pretty much would buy in here at a good strong bull bar. And you see here with this dot, I will put a horizontal line, and that's pretty much where we find, you know, these wicks. And the wicks happen because these people who went long here just came out break even. And so that's why typically the midway point we see type of some sort of resistance or support in those areas. So that kind of explains, and since you know that, you can gauge, okay, so those longs came out break even here. So in a sense, right, the weak longs, ooh, this is a two-legged pullback. I didn't realize this is a two-legged pullback here. The indicator is showing it. But knowing that, people came out break even here with a doji bull bar, that's tricky. This is a two-legged pullback. Very, very tricky to count if you don't have the indicator. A, B, C, A. Signal bar is one tick large, showing indecision. Even though it shows a bull body, it doesn't really matter. When it's one tick, it's pretty much a doji. We also have this two-legged pullback trap here. It only made about one tick. Okay, it's reversing now. Let's see if this reverses to make a point here. This is tricky because you have this overhead resistance at the perfect scalp level, 5 ticks. And again, like I said, those people trying to break even here, you see these wicks here, those people came out break even who are long here are now out. And will they go back in? Who knows? I'm thinking we're gonna try to test the top of this range here, but I do not know if this is the two-legged pullback I want to go into. A, B, C. It's a little oblong shaped. It is a two-legged pullback though. Confusion. These wicks here, micro double top. This wick here. I just see another trading range right here. Okay, there it is. There's our point. I was confused. It looked good because we had like strong bull bars racing up to here, but I had that kind of information where I saw people coming out break even on these wicks from the top here to the up, going long above this signal bar, but that's a little confusing. We have very small bodied candles, the wicks, mostly wick, showing trading range inside these bars, which oftentimes leads to trading range for for a series of candles. And I think we do see the price action there. Even though it does make a point, that's hard. That's a hard point. Alright, so trading range here. It's a weird trading range, but we are in a trading range right now. It's crazy, but overlapping bars, small bodies, big wicks, trading range. So what we can see here is a setup like this. If this goes like this, A, B, C, and we get, breakdown here, we can kind of see maybe we can predict a failed breakdown and continuation of this uptrend here. That's kind of a setup that we could anticipate. So we'll see if this happens. If we get like a two-legged pullback within this, the range is pretty small, but if we can get two-legged pullback in this range with a slight breakdown here, good candle bar, then we'll consider go long. And mind you that the 20 EMA is not as important in trading ranges, because that's one of the marquee things about trading ranges. It slices in and out of 20 EMAs, of the 20 EMA. So we do have a two-legged pullback here, right, in itself. A, B, C, A. But I'm not interested in this one. Just barely enough room to the bottom of this range. Just trading range in general is just difficult. I am expecting a big move in the last 30 minutes here. I mean, we've been pretty much in the breakout mode. Trading ranges are breakout modes, and we've been in this mode for basically almost 3 hours now. 2.5 hours. Which way will it break out? Higher time frame says we'll break out higher. We'll break up upwards. This is a 10K chart. So the reason why I say this is because we've pretty much been above the 20 EMA for most of the time on the higher time frames. So more likely to break upwards than downwards, but we shall wait. We might get, whoa, okay, so this made an entire scalp right here. Very hard to have predicted that, but it does make it to like a pullback scalp here. What do I mean by that? A, B, C, and it scalps for a point here. More than a point, but yeah, like 2 ticks more than a point. We're still looking for a setup that looks like this. Two-legged pullback, which will be a failed breakout as well. Just waiting here, just watching. We are waiting for the setup, to come to us. We're not chasing those setups. Another reason why I think this would go up, because we had a failed breakdown, and typically that ends in reversals to the other side of the range. So we had a failed breakdown of this channel, and typically will lead to a reversal up to the top of the channel. And we still have this two-legged pullback here. We still need to break the high of a previous candle's. Break the high of a previous candle to commence the first pullback. We don't even have one pullback yet, but this is the setup we're looking for. Micro double bottom, good for bulls. Near the bottom of this trading range, as you guys can see. Broke down. Actually extend this a little bit now. Here. Okay, we might get our first pullback here. That'd be nice. Okay, no pullback yet. we did get rejected basically in the middle of this trading range, the bigger blue box here. We got rejected in the middle, but we'll see. If it starts breaking down here, then we can say probably it's a genuine breakdown, but we'll see. I'm thinking we're gonna get our first pullback here and get a two-legged pullback, fail breakdown, and then bounce up, but another reason why I say this is because of higher time frames. We see most price actions above the 20 MA, and we have this trend line, and we actually need to update it. This channel, 5 minute, it's gross, just straight trading range going sideways. But we kind of have like a bear flag type pattern here. We try to break the channel beneath it, and we have all this room above it. The 240 SMA actually acted as resistance already. And it could be just a double top right here. That's also a possible setup we're seeing here. Double top from the 240 SMA. But yeah, give me my two-legged pullback, fail breakdown. That's what I'm seeing here. Very interesting. Alright, we got our first pullback. And this pullback is starting to look a little too strong. We don't want it to break above here, or else we lose our two-legged pullback. Okay, that's actually what we want to see. We want to see a two-legged pullback. And we want to break down, give us a good signal bar. Okay, we have a two-legged pullback waiting for us now. Needs to break down. That would be the ideal setup. Breaks down a little bit, reverses, gives us a good signal bar, and move along for failed breakdown here of this trading range. You can see also we have a two-legged pullback coming up here with this dark green number here. So now this is like coming back in the middle of the range. It's stupid. It's making things confusing here. So we're actually back at the top of the range, and I don't know how interested I am here, just because we're so choppy. Big wicks. I'll be at this point more interested in this trade here. It's really crazy, but A, B, C, I think we're going to retest the bottom of here. This is too hard to trade. Can't go long there. Right to the top of the trading range. It's not my cup of tea. in this trade here. A two-legged pullback, A, B, C, top of this range. Trying to make a scalp in this trading range. And then I'll be out here. And if it does reverse here, I might go long actually. I'll be quick to change my position here. I'll go long. Let's see if it happens though. Because it'll be basically a breakout. Touched my target, but didn't quite get there. I'll be quick to change my position here. Very interesting. I'm quick to change my position here if it does happen. Alright, I switched my position around. We're going to try to get a little bit more out here. Thinking we're going to probably hit top of this trading range with this trap. And yeah, I'm doing that because we have a trap here at the breakout spot. And so thinking, you know, this is going to cause the breakout here. Protecting at break even. Almost hitting my target here. So close. Give me one more tick, one more tick. Oh man. Oh man. Give me one more tick. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I switched my position there quickly. Just because these trading ranges with that trap right there, I knew a lot of people would exit their positions just like me, and basically it caused this spike up here near the breakout zone. So now we're at this trading range, top of this channel. So I reversed that position and ended up, you know, with profit there, but you know, it would have been better if I just didn't enter short here at all. But that risk was so little. You see that? The risk was so little there. You know, so it wasn't that bad. I mean, the loss was like, what, 3 ticks around? Yeah, and gained, what, 3-4 ticks, 3 points. So I'll take that trade any day. Yeah, so I thought, you know, we would come underneath here, but, you know, again, with the 10K chart showing this bullishness, most likely we're going to go up. The 5-minute kind of scared me because I do see maybe double top potential here. And, yeah, it looks like it might break out here, but we still have the 240 SMA, so can't speak too soon. Hitting the top of this range now. We could have another failed breakout here. But seeing how we're near the end of the day, most likely this will continue up. But we'll see. Okay, showing a pretty bearish bar, but pretty strong breakout. Strong bull bars increasing in size. If this bear bar is as big as this bull bar, then it's pretty much nullified. Trading range 50-50 on both sides at that point. Actually, my favorite is short for failed breakdown or failed breakout. This trading range. Terrible signal bar though. It's hard to trade that. Also, now it's a retest of this trend line. So this could be a trading range just coming back to the retest. Smaller time frame. It's one pullback. We might have a two-legged pullback on the 400 tick chart, which is this one right now. So we have A, B, C, and it could be an entire two-legged pullback on the 400 tick chart. But on the 2K chart, it just looks like this. Green bar, red bar, and another green bar. This trap, top of the trading range. Confusing. I don't know if this trap will make that much more of a point, but so we have a two-legged pullback here now on the 400 tick on a pretty small time frame. Let's see if we can get in here. This is the 400 tick chart, but trading this for really tight precision here. 2, 1. Trading range. Do I like this? I don't know if I like this. No, I can't. I'll be interested in here though, but that's too tight. 400 tick is really tight. I think if we go up here, we probably make a measure move up. Breaks this on the 400 tick. Oh boy, I can't do this. This is... I actually want to see how it reacts here. If it makes a two-legged pullback, it comes back down, then I might be interested in that trade. I can't pull myself to go long here. Just because I feel like there's a two-legged pullback waiting. A better two-legged pullback. Better long trade. We shall see. We're also on top of this range, trading range. It's been in this trading range for the longest time. Okay, you see this? A, B, C. Something like that. We'll see. Yeah. Unfortunately, we missed that. How did it look like here? Yeah. It's all good. Getting a wedge top near this resistance now. Couple things need to happen in the wedge top. Basically, it'll be a two-legged pullback from here, A, B, C, and it'll create a wedge with this line here. and also at the top of this channel from this pivot, even this pivot you can count up to here. So that could be a possible setup we're looking for right now, but need a two-legged pullback first. I'm scared to go long here because we're at the trading range, and so top of the trading range, and yeah, wasn't sure what was gonna happen. Plus the 5-minute 240 SMA in the way. 10K chart looks strong. Yeah. We gotta wait now just for the setup to happen. We might get our wedge set up here, which would be amazing. But yep, let's let it happen first. It needs a first entry. First entry, still no first entry. Oh, there's our first entry. Beautiful. Let's see if we get a second pullback. This first entry is actually makes this a failed breakout. We'll see. Close underneath it. Okay, it's reversing. Let's see if we can get our wedge set up here. That'd be really nice if we could. Right at double resistance. We're letting the setup come to us. Alright, we want to see a wedge here. One more push up. Give us one more push up. And it would be even crazier if this push up was a two-legged pullback in and of itself. Something like this. If it created its own two-legged pullback, that would even increase the chances even more. But you know, if you had to ask me, I feel like this breakout is weak. Some clues. This pullback was able to make a point, more than a point, almost 2 points. This pullback. So you know, there's bears here. They're waiting. There's a bunch of bears here. Enough to drag the market down to a scalp, more than a scalp. So let's see here. Alright, I think we're in wedge territory. What do you guys think? I feel like we're close. like it a little bit higher. I don't like this wick at all. Bull bar. Why is this so why does this look so confusing? I wish it just exhausted itself, but it is what it is. Okay, there we go. That's what I want. Spike and channel also. We have a spike and then channel. Spike and channel is like a breakout, and then along the same trend as a breakout, same direction as a breakout, we enter a channel phase that's less intense as the breakout. Okay, so we're wedging here. I'd like one more push up and a good signal bar. That would just make me feel like this would be so obvious. Right now I have a feeling, I have like a weird feeling, it's like I'm not sure yet. Just not sure. I think I just don't like this bull bar ending near its high. Oh, what was that? Another bull bar ending near its high. I wish we had a nice wick above here. There it is. That's what I was looking for. That's actually what I was waiting for. I'm actually interested in going short here. And I can probably drag this for 2 points at least. So we have a wedge now. 3 pushes up right at resistance from this pivot high to this pivot high. So we got a wedge top at the resistance at the top of this channel. Only bad thing is 1, 2, 3 bull bars in a row. I don't like that doji at all. Not really. But the context is just too good to pass up here. Good context. Terrible signal bar, but good context. There we go. There's my signal bar. Oh! That was too quick. I wanted to lower it more, but too quick for me. Goodness gracious, that was fast.